What's up guys, I'm Sammy, and I'm here with another MX Simulator tutorial. This tutorial is going to focus on whoops, Supercross whoops, and let me start this off by saying I'm not the best at these by any means, but I can get through them in almost every track I've ever, every track I've ever ridden I can get through the whoops. But it's not the best, but I'm going to try to go over every technique. There's a lot of techniques for doing this, like everything you can think of. Everyone has a different technique, everyone does something different, but there's a few main ones, and I'll go over what works for me, and hopefully you can try them out, and they'll work for you too. So, it's kind of changed lately, the way you go through whoops, since like the 2012 tracks, because 2013 and 2014 whoops have gotten quite a bit bigger than 2012. Okay, when you go through the whoops, there's two ways to. This is a similar technique that you can do two different ways. The first way is to keep the gas on the whole way through and lean back on each whoop, so your back wheel kind of hits it well and keeps you straight. So the first way we're gonna do it is by that. Just keep the gas on, and about the gearing is different for each whoops, but third gear is generally pretty decent. It's not the fastest, but just to get comfortable, third gear should be good. And like I said, you're gonna keep the gas on, like not fully, but down pretty far. And each whoop you're gonna hit, lean it back. So I'm gonna try to demonstrate right now. This is live, so if I screw up, that's why. As you see, you just go through, lean back each whoop. That was the way to do it if you're keeping the gas on the entire time. If you're gonna wanna, there's another way to do it, and this might work better for you. Is for each single whoop do the lean back thing, but also only give it gas when you hit the whoops. This is usually faster. It's also harder to do, so I'm gonna try to demonstrate that. Yeah, as you see, it was probably about the same speed here, just because I'm not the greatest person for riding. I'm not super fast, but I know what I'm doing. So the main thing with whoops is that it takes a lot of practice. These techniques are kind of how I do it. There's other ways to hit whoops for sure, but this is how I do it, and it may not be the best way, but it's worked for me for a long time, and it helps me get through them. This is how I learned to get through them when I was even worse than I am now. This was how I learned, and it helped me out a lot. So, like I said, just recap. The way I do it is come around and just lean back on each single whoop, and it keeps you going pretty quick. Main thing is practice. Like, you're not going to be able to do that most likely right away. You're not going to feel like way faster right away, because it's going to still be kind of difficult to get used to it. But this is how I can get through whoops pretty easily now, no matter what size they are. Just kind of adjust their timing and how much throttle you give it, and it should help for any type of whoop section. We could go try this one over here. I could just show you on a different type of whoop section. So yeah, this one's probably about the same gearing just by looking at it. I haven't really hit these in a long time, but yeah, as you see, just kind of hit it. Takes some practice, but eventually you'll get it. And if you're riding like 2012 whoops, you don't really need to think about it as much. You don't really need to hit each whoop like that. Usually 2012 whoops, you can either just lean back and pin it, or you can just if you're having trouble doing that, you can keep it in first gear, and just don't lean at all. And for those older tracks, that should work fine too. But you're not really gonna want to practice on those, because the way the direction these tracks are going, they're going more bigger whoops like this, and they're probably just gonna get bigger. Honestly, I don't think they'll be getting any smaller or easier. So that's pretty much the basics of it. Another thing that really helps is a setup. And my setup isn't the best, but it's probably better for you to think about your own setup, and once you have it, just stick with it, or pick one from somebody else and stick with that. Um, there's a good setup guide on the YouTube that I'll link you to, and there's also a written one on our website, and I can link you to that too. It's just basically personal preference with setups, and it's all what you want to do and how you like to ride. But if you just cannot get a setup to work, I mean, you don't want to change them a lot. You really don't. You really just want to stick with one and get used to riding with it. You don't want to be changing it all the time. That's just gonna get you confused. So I think that's gonna be the end of this one. That's the main technique, like I said. And all you gotta do is, we'll do it one more time. All you gotta do is pick the gear that you think is gonna work, and it's just trial and error, and then lean back with the gas either fully on the whole time and lean back on each whoop, or only gas it on each whoop like this. And they both work. It's just up to you which one you like better. So thanks guys for watching, and hope this helped you out, and comment with any need, and if you need any help learning and it's not working for you, and I could try to help you guys out. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.